Hello and welcome to Season 28, Episode 1 of LGAHL Access. I am your host, Bryson66. We are back again. It feels good to be back. It feels good to be back not only doing the show, but to be back in the AHL with all my friends and all the people I enjoy playing hockey with and a less stress-free environment. I am joined here by two of my panel co-hosts for now. We will have others join us later. It is Garrus93 and L Rebel 9. Is it a 9? 2. L Rebel 2L. How are you two doing today?
I'm doing good. Happy to be on your team after some complications. But other than that, I am happy to be a mate lad.
A mate lad. A San Jose mate lad.
San Jose mate lad.
Yes. And the other man, what are you doing there, Phi? Okay, he's just pointing his finger up.
All right, sorry. Somebody was playing the national anthem. I had to take a quick knee.
Good. I'm glad this can get political now, the show, and we can have a lot of triggered people.
Oh, man. Get the feedback on the site. Insert
the triggered meme into the comments, please. So, Rebel, welcome back, buddy. Welcome to the AHL. How did you find your way to the AHL? Why did you sign up for the AHL?
You know, a close friend of mine asked me if I was going to play this season. And, I said, you know what? I've had a little hiatus. I think I'll come back and play. And to my surprise, he was smart enough not to grossly overpay for my no-thumb having ass. And I went to a team I had no idea was bidding on me. I'm playing in a league I haven't played in before. And on a game I didn't even want to sign up to play. So to that guy, whoever he is, thank you, and good night.
That sounds really familiar.
After 2 million, that's enough of a rebel there.
Man,
I mean, 4 mil, Phi, you're a first liner. By default, you're a first liner.
4.25 mil. And you said, who in their right mind thought, hey, this guy's passed, we should pay him this? What have I ever done in my career that warranted a 4 million tag?
Come on, that season in St. Louis back on the Xbox 360. You had a good season. Clearly, you're still good now.
Yeah, I mean, we were on that same team together, Phi.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
I went 6-0 on that team, and I got traded after 2 weeks. So, I mean, some broken clocks fixed it's right twice a day.
Aye.
Yeah.
You should have been a scumbag. You should have been a scumbag like me.
Oh,
I went for your salary last season, and I put up 70 points, and I only want 1.25 because I'm a scumbag.
And now you're playing with me, and you're only going to put up 50.
Yeah.
You know how this works.
Well, hopefully Malchevsky can carry both of us. So.
And hopefully Canadian Air School can stop being on strike, and we'll be all right.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I was running an 80 ping the other night, and you managed to lose to me in overtime. So.
Well, someone lagged out and switched to momentum. Ice tilt is still real.
Ice tilt. Yes, that's what I'm blaming it on. Thank you, Sean. That's what we're blaming it on.
Ice tilt. You're sorry I just had to lag out after I fed a nice backdoor pass to
I think after I lost my headset, went flying somewhere over in the back there.
Yeah, when I went to overtime, I knew it was over.
I knew it was over. Yep, yeah. That was it. The momentum had shifted. All right, so let's move on. Let's quit the bullshit. Just a few things to talk about. Just two things. One, I want to give a shout out to my boy Fox. Just saw his media hit the forums. Did a nice little write-up. Pretty simple, straightforward. Gave a nice little update about what happened around the league with games and such. So it was very nice of him. I thought they were nicely well written and straight to the point. Didn't really drag on. So Fox, thank you for doing media. It's always nice to see people do stuff like that around the league. So
yeah, one thing I'm going to say, it's been really quiet in terms of media. So I'm glad that we're back in the swing of things.
We saw a few things. I think somebody did a manager ranking and a few other things. The forums, the forums aren't as active as they used to be. A lot of people do their talking in the chat box. So
Xbox is dead.
Xbox is dead. Yep. Move on to PlayStation. Everyone moved. So wanted to give a shout out to Fox. Good work, man. Everyone go take a look, give him a like, help him out, support him, because the more support you get, the more willing someone's able to do something, and I'd like to see those to be continued. And the next thing is there was a thing put out about how people should be using the stock kits for their teams. That's what it was, Sean, right? Stock kits by week 2.
I think so. I saw some alert, but with most of these alerts, I don't click on them. I just read, we have to use the same jerseys or whatever, but I haven't really looked into it.
Yeah, I think the worst thing I ran into was last year. I actually talked to Brody about this, about how we played against the Devils, and I said, they're using purple and pink Jersey Devils, jerseys, New Jersey Devil jerseys, and I said it just if they want outsiders to look at the league and go, oh, that's a sim league, they're mimicking real life. Well, what the fuck? Do you ever hear of pink and purple New Jersey Devil jerseys?
Weren't they using Fantastic Boys? I mean,
yes. Well, I mean, who cares what club you use as long as it's the stock kits? That's my opinion. People don't want to jump clubs all the time. It's easy just to hop in one club. So
yeah.
Well, I think they need to keep it stock. I don't know why this wasn't instituted earlier. We run into the
always
vibrant, crazy colored jerseys, and when you're playing somebody who's they gave Phantom Boys Club or whatever, you don't know what LG team that is. I don't know why this wasn't instituted earlier, but I'm glad that they did.
What is nice on the website, though, is that, for instance, we use Fatality all season now, and the first time we put stats in, if someone goes and looks at the next game, it's going to say club name Fatality. It's going to tell them on the website, so they don't have to message, saying what club. People just do it because they're lazy, and I'm guilty for that. So, that yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I feel like you can use any name club, just as long as you're using stock kits. So
even way back when in the other leagues in 360, I mean, when we did the lobbies, we had to use the jerseys that the teams that were on. So I don't know why we kind of strayed from it.
Because the option was there and people wanted to exploit it, just like any other rule. So
I'm surprised Crass wasn't all over that.
Yeah. So, all right, we are going to move on here. Next up, we've got Lines of the Week. Garrus and Rebel are going to take turns doing East and West. I'll explain more about that right after this. Can nobody save us? Will anyone... Welcome back, as we are here for Lines of the Week. So some of you that aren't familiar with the show, Lines of the Week is where we do an East and West lines, and we do the whole 6-man lineup, left wing, center, right wing, lefty, right D goalie for both the East and the West. Normally we have different people doing it. Sometimes Dunks will do it when he is here. But today we are going to have Phi doing the West, and Garrus will start it off with the East. So, Garrus, take it away.
All right. Starting off, we have a left wing from the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Shout out to my former GM, Horvat, who actually never traded me last season. I'm surprised about that. We have Undershot Kid 87, 3-0, 12 points, 5 goals, 7 assists, and a +10. Next, we have center from the Laval, I don't know, the Rockets, some French team, whatever. We have Gilbsy, 3-0, 12 points, 6 goals, 6 assists, 8 ±. Even distributor, that's what I like. Next, we have right wing from the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Baby Pens. Nothing compares to your VHL team, Bryson. We have Welder. Surprising. 3-0, 12 points, 7 goals, 5 assists, 7 ±. Moving on, we have the left defenseman from Rochester, General Jobo, who's very good buddies with BS Sicko, one of our buddies. He did go 3-0, 6 points, 2 goals, 4 assists, ±8. Next, we have right defenseman from Wilkes-Barre Scranton. Again, we have One Night in Babcock. He went 3-0, 4 assists, no goals, and a +4. And then finally, we have Howie's buddy, Iriva. He went 6-0, 91 save percentage, .96 goals against, and I believe 2 shutouts. So actually, Josh did a pretty good job putting this together. Mostly everyone is on different teams, and only 2 teams are consistent. So give it up for the stars of the week. Keep it up and stay out of our conference.
I thought you were going to say don't do drugs. I thought that was going to be your next
thing.
Don't
do drugs as well. Drugs is bad. Same with sex. If you have sex, you will die.
Your dick will fall off.
That stoner beanie, you don't get to say that.
Well, I'll take it to you. This is a Anaheim Ducks beanie.
Oh, wow. You're just so cool.
Ducks fly together.
California Stone Boy.
All
All
right.
right. That is the East. Thank you very much, Garrus.
Get on your knees, Fi.
Next up, we've got the West. Rebel, take it away, sir.
All right, for the West lineup of the week, we're going to start with Colorado Eagles left winger Bryce 18 XX716. Can you have anything more in your gamer tag, sir? Whopping 3-0 on the week, 13 points, including 7 goals and 6 assists, and a plus 12. So there's obviously a pretty big blowout in that week. Good on you, Bryce. Moving on to the center, we got OCB Bombay with San Jose Barracuda. He went 3-0 this week, 12 points, including 5 goals, 7 assists, and a plus 7. You'll notice how Bryson wasn't our players of the week because he didn't go 3-0, thanks to me. Moving on to our right wing of the week, JVR 12, also with the Barracuda. Looks
21.
12.
12?
12 going on 21?
Texas education. I'm dyslexic too. Thanks for pointing it out. 3-0 with 12 points, 7 goals, and 5 assists. Also with a plus 7. Then we move on to Wilksy. Love this guy. Playing lefty for Rockford this season. He goes 3-0 with 3 goals and 2 assists and a plus 7. Good for you, Wilksy. I don't think I've seen him play lefty, so that's a good week for that guy. And then moving on to the right D for the Winnipeg Jets affiliate, Manitoba Meese. I don't know how y'all say it. It says Moose, but in Texas, the plural is Meese. But right D as Kika. I don't know if I can I say that? Okay. 3-0 with 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists, and a plus 8. Let me get through this. Okay.
You said far worse.
Moving on to the goalie, we got Slippery Annette, the ex-NHLer. This guy's a stud playing for Ontario Reign this season. 6-0, 55 saves, 82 save percentage. More than impressive in this game. You know the animations you get. And a 1.67 goals against. Doesn't look like he has any shutouts in there, but solid week for Slip there. So that's your West lineup of the week.
Thank you so much, Rebel. Entertaining as always, good sir.
I feel like you should do a weekly
I'm
shout-out.
not just here for my good looks.
I'll tell you, the looks would do it for me, buddy. They're good.
Yeah, your sister's a lucky gal.
Oh, my God. All right, that'll do it for the lines. Yeah, man, Bombay, my Frenchy boy, having a good week for himself. Yeah, it was nice. A lot of variety in these lines of the week.
When Josh found out his Portuguese, he creamed himself.
Yeah. Riva, 91 save percentage and under a goal per game. That's fantastic. Obviously, 2 shutouts will really help that average out, but very solid week for him. And the most notable stat I've seen there. And like you said, for Bryce, can you have any more numbers in your name?
Hey, Bryce is a good guy. He's a former teammate of mine, and he played under me for a few seasons.
We didn't underline if he was a good guy or not. Just said that he had a lot of numbers in his name.
That has painted him out to be a bad person because of his gamer tag.
We didn't say that.
Okay.
But
fake news.
Fake news.
Change your gamer tag to PC Garrus, okay?
PC Garrus.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm gonna stop. I was gonna mention about how his plus 12 was impressive.
Wait,
so.
should I change my position to left wing because I think I'm on the wrong side because I'm a right wing.
For the love of God, no! You're hard enough to play with on the right.
Well, no, you didn't get the joke. I think that went over your head.
Oh, yeah, it's way back there.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. This is going nowhere. Next up, we've got one of my personal favorite segments, and you thought the lines were entertaining. You just wait. Next up is Rebels Corner. Stick around. You are definitely not going to want to miss that. Comes up next. Welcome back, as we are here for the next segment. It's called Rebels Corner, right? Rebels Corner? My God, it's been so long. I just said it. Rebels Corner is a segment where Rebel himself will break down a few studs, some guys that he noticed that were really good. It doesn't even have to be someone that just put up like 15 points in a week. It could be someone that's on a crappy team and beat a good team and put up a good amount of points or carried a line. Someone that had like 8 points where everyone else had like 3. Somebody that stood out to Rebel. Rebel is the all-knowing, the final sayer on who's good and who's not. because he is the best. So I'm going to stop talking and hand this over to Rebel. Rebel, what do we got this week, buddy?
All right, guys. So for who's not familiar with my segment here, I am the encyclopedia of thumbs. Okay, I will tell you who is a stud and who is a dud. And for this week, we have two gentlemen in particular that stood out to me. Starting in the West, and I may sound a little biased on this, but this kid flat out stole a game for his team. Reebok V420, Blaze It, goalie for the Cleveland Monsters. Opening night, my $4 million and a quarter having tag ass goes out there. We are dominating the third period. Absolutely dominating. Outshot, outpossessed, outworked Cleveland in that period. And Reebok stole save after save, goal after goal, huge blocks. He only had 8 saves on the night, but they were outshot 11-7. We outpossessed them like 6 minutes to 3. I mean, we did everything we could to win that third period, and he shut us down. So, Reebok, good on you, man. It's a good team anyway, but when you get performances like that from your goalie, you're gonna have a good season. And he certainly stole one from me, so I didn't get my 3-0 week. So appreciate you. Moving on to our East Rebel of the Week. Kind of like Bryson said, I like to pick out guys who aren't on the greatest rosters, greatest teams, but they have a flashy performance that really stands out. And this guy was definitely of that sort. We're talking about Springfield Thunderbirds right winger King Safi. He had a hat trick in a game against the Wilkes-Barre Penguins. Their only regulation loss of the week, and Springfield only went 2-7. So he got half of his team's wins in that one game against the one team who only lost once this week. And he did it with a hat trick off of 4 shots. And against a pretty good line, too. I mean, you got ex-NHL players like Privatize, Benny El Guapo playing for, who did they beat? Wilkes-Barre, right? They're playing for Wilkes-Barre, Brand Howiedoo's team. Always a well-constructed team, great owner. So you know that AHL talent is coming to win some games. And he showed up for his team. Springfield got it done. And that's your West? That's your West Rebel of the Week. King Safi, right wing for the Springfield Thunderbirds.
Your East Rebel.
All right.
Protect his education, man.
Some good Rebels there. Not I don't know, how impressive is it for a goalie to shut you out, Fi? Let's be honest.
I mean,
I don't know. You should ask your goalie.
Oh, ouch! That hurt.
I'm gonna ride that all season. You know that, right?
Well, that's probably why I was so upset, because I knew that it wasn't just a matter of points and standings. I knew my team was good. I just I knew the banter that was going to – I thought about just canceling the show, saying, guys, we're not doing the show. Forget it. I'm not doing it until I play Fi again and beat him.
When do we play Iowa next? We look forward to it.
I'm not going to say anything more about me beating you in overtime with my huge price tag. I'm not going to say any more about it. That's it.
That's it? That's the end of it?
All right. Well, Monday, November 6th, sign up, bitch.
You got it.
Sign up, bitch.
And also Wednesday, December 6th. Get ready.
I think I've got a dentist appointment at 9 p.m.
Yeah, I think I got to take my dog on a walk.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of I don't know what I could be doing, but yeah, that game was definitely stolen by him. But based on the stats, I was looking at him while you were talking, Fi, and yeah, pretty good game for Reebok there. So, it's gonna wrap it up for Rebels Corner. Fi, thank you very much. I call him Fi, guys. It's his old tag. Just get used to it. I'm never gonna call him Rebel. No chance. It's Fi.
5004.
Fi forever. So that's it for Rebels Corner. Next up, we've got an interview with the legendary Howiedoo. It's a very I look forward to speaking with Howie. Howie's a good friend of mine and a good friend of everyone else. So stick around. You're not going to miss that interview. Hello and welcome back as we are here for the very exciting interview. I also have Dunks now joining us. I decided to he's taking time out of his own work to grace us with his presence. It's such a nice man Dunks is.
I just want everyone to know that every American's tax dollars is paying me to be on this show right now.
And that's why right behind me is the place to go to if you don't like it here. So, Dunks, thanks for jumping on here. He's going to join us for the interview and do his detriments. So, but first up, more importantly than the detriments, we have the king of detriments, Mr. Howiedoo. Howie, how are you doing today, sir?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. Brought Howie on here to ask him a couple questions, talk with him about his current season, talk about a few things that he's experienced in the past. So, Howie, how's your season going so far?
Oh, it was going good till someone reported our team for having over the cap issues.
No, really? I didn't even know. Oh my God!
Yeah, they took 2 of our wins from us from day 1.
Were they games that you played in?
No, they were.
See.
I think it was Caddy's line with Pizza Romo. They shelled someone 8-0 and got all their points taken. I felt bad for them.
Ouch. Well, at least I know my morals are set that I can go to sleep knowing Howiedoo was not a cheater, so his game stood. That's good. So you still have your 3-0 week, right?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so first question. Your bid this season, highest you have ever had in the AHL. I mean, you've never played in the NHL, but you've always liked the AHL. So do you feel it was a bit overpaid, or do you feel it was worth your value?
Are you kidding? Have you seen the shitters that were in bidding?
That's about sums it up. I agree with that.
No, in all seriousness, I think all the guys who are way better than me on defense, who've been playing at like Country and Honcho, and I think even Rico, they all got paid more than I did, which was far deserving. I mean, those guys are awesome. So paying me, I think everyone who's right around my skill level, bidding seemed like the people who deserved it got paid. The ones who didn't.
There were a few questionable bids, but there's always people that call it AIDS, but I felt like bidding was pretty fair this season, and so I agree. The defensive pool was a little slim picking. So
right D was awful. There was I think like 3 or 4 quality guys that were worth maybe over 2 or 3 mil, but other than that,
I mean, you went more than Dunks. You went more than Dunks, which is reasonable.
Not worth the salary you paid him.
Shut up, David.
So not a bad salary if you're cashing in 3-0 weeks every week. So, wow, this kind of messes up my next question, but we're gonna act like this didn't even happen. This whole debacle. So you're 3-0 with the Binghamton Devils, sitting atop of the Eastern North Division. What is the potential of this team this season? Now, granted, you got wins taken away, which means you guys are good just by technicalities you lost. So we'll act like those didn't even happen and still answer the question based on what we had it set.
I think honestly a lot of it depends on how well Reva keeps playing. That dude is lights out. I never heard of him until this season, but I think he had like a 90-something save percentage or something like that. And he went 6-0 even with his games taken away. I mean, the kid is a beast.
And he's a goalie for Lions of the Week this week, so we are well aware of his skills. So I haven't been able to see him play at all, but those are some impressive numbers.
Well, he made quite a few saves. That there was a couple times we got beat, and even watching the other Lions play, they got beat pretty bad. But he was there to make some pretty crucial saves. I mean, he had 3 shutouts.
2 of them. I think he had 2.
2, yeah. I mean, because he only let up like 2 goals in like 2 games out of the 6.
Right. Yeah, so that's nice. Nice having a goalie like that, especially when you're playing D, to have someone having your back like that. So it definitely goes a long way when you're trying to go for the cup. So it's nice for the Devils to have a player like that in between the pipe. Third question. In my eyes, and I'm sure in the majority of the community here in the AHL, we feel Wonger and transitions are one of the better management duos that we have this season. Give us a time that you were a part of such a great duo such as those two.
See, I know someone in here wants me to say a certain thing, but I found out he fed us, and I was part of his suicide line, so he didn't care if I got pillaged in the playoffs or not.
Hang on.
So with that being said, I have to go with Pac and Ellie in season 19. I think they were the best.
That's a good one. I like Pac's a really good dude, and anything to underline dunks is A-okay in my book.
Well, I didn't want to sound too much like a homer either. I mean, Dunks is my buddy. I like Dunks a lot, and he's on the show, so it'd kind of be cheesy. But Pac's awesome. I mean, Pac's a really good guy. And then Ellie was the brains of that whole team. I mean, he built it because Pac just had a kid. So,
yeah.
I mean, that was a great season. I really enjoyed it.
Can I get a chance to defend myself here?
Sure, have at it. Knock yourself out.
I just wanted to remind Howie that he did message Volt that playoffs and say, hey, if you want to put Dunks with the better forwards and put me and Fred with the third line, I don't mind being a suicide line. And that's when we decided to go forward with it.
Did I really say that? Did I really say that?
I really appreciate it, though.
I don't think we believe it unless we see the messages. So I'm
going to need picture proof.
I will message Volt right now.
We want to see the pictures posted in the PM of this thread that this video will go into. So,
hang on, let me pull up Photoshop once.
We don't need it right now. Next question, fourth question. Is interesting stat to think of. You have never started a season in how long have you been in the AHL? Since season 19?
Yeah, 19.
You have never had a 3-0 start until now. What kind of personal goals do you have set forth for you for this season? Now, granted, don't even be cheesy and say, "Oh, I want to win the Calder." Yeah, of course, everyone does. What are your personal goals? You know, and you know, sure, you could say, "Well, I want to win the Eddie Shore," right? Yes, you could say that, but you know, any other personal goals you have set for yourself this season?
Just not to suck. I mean, I've played on like 4 bad teams the past 4 seasons, and I mean that's got to be contributed to myself too. I just want to play on a team that's going to have a chance to compete in the playoffs and do something. I've never made it past the conference finals. I'd want to play for a Calder. That's been a goal. I mean, even if I lose, at least to get there, I'd like to do that at least once before I retire from LG.
Wow, retirement. You're a dad, Howie. How much more longer is it going to take, man?
My 7-year-old's doing basketball, gymnastics, all kinds of stuff, so my availability's been shit. Now the baby, as soon as she gets walking around, I'm sure she's going to be doing all that too, so I don't have much more time. I know that. Man, the kids are sucking the life out of you, Howie. We'll try to remember you for who you are before that happens.
And I'll take your scuff controllers if you have to retire.
I will gladly send you the scuff controller for not voting you the best manager.
I'll take that.
Final question here, more of a humorous question. We all know you're a dad, Howie, as we just said. But who are you the dad of on the Devils? Obviously, part of the big contract comes into being a father figure for some lost souls on Binghamton, and I can name at least one freaking lost soul on that team. So who are you the overseer for, the all-knowing dad? Are you talking about Willard? No. I was gonna say, not at all. I saw you guys getting a little chirpy in the chat box. I was gonna say he's actually been really, really cool to talk to and play with. I mean, he's been real mellow. No, I actually like Willard. Any cancers on the team? Willard and I just chirp each other. It's whatever. I don't care. It's internet hockey. You know what I mean? Nothing's personal. But so who are you the internet dad of on Binghamton? Are you the whole dad of the whole team? I'd have to say so. Yeah. I mean. Everyone gets along right now because we were successful until those wins got ripped from us. We went from 1st to 6th. Ew. But, I mean, we all get along. Everyone's pretty happy-go-lucky so far. But if I have to pull my proverbial belt off and spank someone's ass, I guess I'll have to do that. Yeah, winning is contagious, so you don't have to really put anyone in line yet, right? The season's been pretty smooth besides that little setback. Well, they have a lot of cool guys, too. Like, Caddy's real mellow. Wonger and Trainer are both real mellow. So, I mean, dealing with them, it makes the team kind of mellow, too, you know? Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's all I got for you, Howie. Just want to thank you. It was awesome talking to you, having you on the show. It's always nice to talk to not only someone that the league doesn't get to hear from verbally, but it's cool for me to have a good friend of mine come onto the show. So it's always nice to hear from you, man.
Friend of ours.
Friend
I
of
love Howie,
ours.
too.
He's my
Well,
friend. Back off.
I appreciate you guys having me on, but I'm actually not going to stick around. I'm going to hop off and go to bed. I'm
Yep.
working too many hours right now.
Absolutely. Sounds good, man. Have a good night's rest, and Kuda will see you in the Calder finals, correct?
That'd be nice. I wouldn't have a
Yeah,
problem
all right.
with that.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Good
You
luck,
won't
guys.
like me. You won't like me in the season. I'm a big scumbag, as you would say. I took a forfeit in the playoffs. I'll do it again.
Shout out to Brenda Howiedoo.
All right, Howie. Have a good night, buddy.
Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Welcome back, as we are here for Dunks' favorite part, the detriments. He likes to point out who is awful and just loves to ridicule people. I know it's a shocker. Dunks is normally a pretty nice guy, right? Well,
Yeah, right. I'm a disaster.
and yeah, there's a lot of D words being thrown around, and the biggest D of them all is going to be detriment. Dunks is going to give us the detriments of the week. Dunks, take it away, my good man.
Okay, let's do this. So I want to start this off with the East Coast detriments. We have multiple detriments, both from the same team. The two highest paid players on Providence, Spruce Moose 91 and Drake 0807, both throwing down 0-3 weeks. Drake with a whopping 3 points, -9, and Spruce Moose with 5 points. I think their combined salary is somewhere near $6 million. So, yeah, you're detrimental to your team and yourself, and I just want you to feel bad. I really do. Bumping it over to the West Coast. I don't have a lot of time here because I got to get back to work. But we're going to go with my longtime friend, Steeler96, from Cup winner to detriment. You won a Cup a few seasons back, and this week, 0-3, 5 points, -9. You know, just disastrous all around, really. Oh, I forgot to mention, too, that Drake guy was like -49 on the giveaway takeaway ratio, dude. Just move the puck. It's not that hard. You know, pokes are OP. You know, just move it. It's not that difficult. You know, find the open guy, dump it to a corner, pucks in deep, pucks to the net. You know, what do I know, though? Yeah, I only went 3-0. With that, I just wanted to say happy Dunksgiving to all my Canadian friends 2 weeks ago or a week ago. I don't know when it was. And see you guys next week. I got to head out.
That was egregious.
I think we should have Sean Shitters instead.
Sean Shitters.
You'd have to highlight yourself every week.
Oh, wow.
Man.
I can't say much. I put up 2 points to center in 3 games. The fucking best.
Yeah, we were. That was a game against Iowa and Phi.
Yeah, that was not a game I want to remember. But yeah, Steeler having a pretty rough go, and the guys from Providence. How much salary they I remember seeing them a lot in bidding. What was their total salary
I
between?
can tell you right now. If LG wants to load, GG Tristan.
Someone DDoSed it again.
I know. Their combined salary, Drake makes 4.75, and Spruce Moose makes 5.75. So combined, they're 10.5 million.
That's almost half of the team salary. 25 million is the total. So wow, could be seeing some trades in the works as we speak, or just hoping for another week and hope it works out for them. But
I mean, how do you get rid of salaries like that, though? Like,
not too many people are going to take a guy that's 0-3 with a 5 mil hit.
yeah.
Yikes. Well, that'll do it for Dunk's detriment. Dunks, as always, thank you very much, sir. Get back to work and earn my money that I give to my government I love. So, all right, thanks for doing that, Dunks. And next up, we've got the top 10 power rankings. Don't want to miss it. Welcome back, and we are here for our final segment of the LGHL Access show. And this segment is the top 10 power rankings. We've done it differently, and people, oh, that's bullshit. I don't like the way you're doing it. So we've decided that now how we're going to do it is that depending on, sure, your recent weeks will have an effect on it. So you could be in first place, have a 3-6 week, and sure, it may jump you down to 4th or 5th. But we're going to rank the top 10 teams at the end of the week based on, if it's week 2, how your first 2 weeks went. Week 3, 3 weeks. You know how it goes the whole season. So we're going to rank the top 10 best teams. We're going to alternate. Fi's going to start off with 10. Garrus will take 9. I will take 8. And just keep rotating through that until we get through this list. So without further ado, Rebel, who do we have at number 10?
Number 10, we're starting off with the Toronto Marlies. Solid 5-3-1 week. You can't ask for too much more than that to start out. Everybody's getting their skates under them, so to say. And when you come out above 500 and you're in a playoff positioning, you got to be happy with that start. You got guys on that roster like Murph 7. I mean, he's a name you recognize. Angry Cricket. If I believe I'm correct, this is BLK, Blue Line King of the past. I don't know if his availability opened up, but he was a heck of a defenseman back in the day. Puckin' Nuts. I mean, you got some recognizable names there, and they had a pretty good win against that aforementioned Providence line in the Dunks Detriments. That overpaid Providence line, they beat them 6-3. So 5-3-1 on the week. Nothing to scoff at. Good start for those Marlies.
Okay. Good job, Toronto. Number 9, who do we got? Garrus?
All right, number 9. We have the Rockford Ice Hogs, who are led by Clancy 2113, the fake Clancy, not the fun-loving Clancy 47 we both know.
I'm going to interrupt you. This Clancy's fun and loving, too. I know this guy. He's a good guy. Clancy's a really good guy.
All right, well, I'll take your word for it. And then we have NY Barris NY, who's the AGM. And then we have Woolen, who's also the AGM. So on the week, Rockford actually went 5-3-1, like the Toronto Marlies. They did pick up wins against the Manitoba Meese, the Tucson Roadrunners, the Colorado Eagles, the Milwaukee Admirals, and the Grand Rapids Griffins. But they also did lose to the San Jose Barracuda, the Cleveland Monsters, and the Ontario Reign. And also they lost to the Bakersfield Condors 6-0. 5-3-1, yeah. I mean, the first week, ideally, what you want to do. I mean, nice even pace. If you go 6-3 every week, you're guaranteed a playoff spot in this league. So, I mean, if you keep putting the weeks together like that, you should be in good position. And it's the start of the season, so hopefully, they can keep their shit together.
All right. Thank you, Sean. Next up at number 8. Comes with a bit of a surprise. I think after Sunday, most of us would have been saying this team would have been on the bottom of a top 30 list, or 31 now. But the Bakersfield Condors sitting here at number 8 in our top 10 power ranking. The young buck running this team as GM with Salty Sailor at AGM. Start off the week horrendous. Granted, they played Ontario Reign first game 3-1. Close game, against a very good team. But second game, getting an absolute shellacking from Colorado, 11-1. Seems to me at like 6 or 7-1, the team sort of just threw in the towel. But tell you what, good for the Condors because they just had a blank memory and just went on a tear, having a 5-2 week then to finish out the week. It would make it a 5-4 week in total. Their wins coming against Rockford 6-0, Stockton 2-0, San Antonio 6-2, Grand Rapids 4-3, and Tucson 5-0. Their other 2 losses came against Manitoba and the Barracuda, both on a Tuesday night. So that's number 8. The Barracuda. Listen to me. That's number 8. Bakersfield. Number 7. Phi. Who do we have?
Number 7. This I don't know if you want to call this a bias pick or if you want to say they're trying to fly low under the radar. But my adorable co-hosts here, the San Jose Barracudas, they come in at number 7 this week with a 6-2-1 record. Impressive week. They had a huge game, 9-8 victory over San Antonio, and maybe not the performance he wants to see from his goalie, but when you can score 9 and win games like that, you got to be reassured that that's not going to be an every night thing.
That game was crazy to watch. I was very happy because that third line was sort of just thrown together of guys we thought would work well, and man, they put up goals pretty well, but really, Ein wasn't to blame. He made the saves he could. Just they were bringing the pressure, man. It was a wild game to watch. I definitely did. I was definitely having my doubts watching it on stream.
Well, you have a game like that, and then you guys hand Ontario their only loss of the week, 6-3. So, like I said, I mean, you'll take wins however they come.
Yeah, absolutely. Bombay and JVR are a solid line. They're playing so well together as I would hope so. So, yeah. Anything else for the CUDA there, Fi? You don't want to talk too much about him.
No, let's move on.
Oh, all right. Keep quiet. Yeah, all right, good.
Number 6, Sean.
All right, number 6, we have the Rochester Americans. They did go 6-3 on the week. They're leading the North Division, Eastern North. To be more specific, their owner is a very good friend of mine, AT43. We go way back. And their GM is Snazzy Nazi. Their AGM is General Hobo. And their other AGM, their AAGM, is Wagner. So, they did pick up wins against Utica, Hershey Squirts, the Laval Rocket, the Providence Bruins, the Binghamton, the Birmingham Devils, the Syracuse Crunch, but they also did lose to Charlotte, Wilkes-Barre, and Springfield, when Springfield kind of had a shitter week. So there you have it. Rochester Americans, 6-3 week. Nothing better you can ask for.
Well, sure you can guess for 9-0.
Hey, well, I'd rather be 6-3 than 3-6. Or I'd rather be 1-1-1 than 0-1-2 or 0-2-1.
Touche. Next up at number 5, we've got the Cleveland Monsters. Team on paper, right from the start, I knew this team was going to compete. They were going to have a solid squad. Especially in net. I didn't expect Reebok to do as well as he did. I mean, I figured he'd do all right, but based on Rebels Corner and hearing all the good stuff coming out of that team, it's good to know they have a GM that's such a solid netminder with Legacy and Bullbreed as the other AGM. So this team coming out firing well as expected. The Monsters are now sitting second in the Central. They put in a 5-4 week, wins over Iowa 4-3, San Diego 6-2, Texas 2-0, Colorado 2-1, Rockford 2-1. Their losses came against San Antonio 3-2, Manitoba 3-2, Grand Rapids 4-3, Tucson 4-3. So, wow, all their losses were 1-goal games. So, just one extra goal, and they could have been looking at a 9-0 week. So, Cleveland on the verge of becoming a top 3 team in the power rankings just by a couple extra goals there this week. So, very solid week for Cleveland. And we are going to move on now to number 4. Fi, take it away.
Number 4, we have the Lehigh Valley Phantoms coming in with a 7-2 week. Right off the bat, you have some noticeable names on this roster. Darcy Kumper. I don't know. I'm texting. I don't know how to pronounce that. You got Genetic. He's playing center for these guys. I had him on my line, on an Islanders team run by yours truly and Bryson 66.
Love Justin.
Shout out to Genetic and Grilled Cheese Waterfalls.
I love Justin. Shout out to Justin, my boy.
Grilled Cheese Waterfalls.
And you have a left winger like Undershot Kid who shows up on the lineup of the week after a solid week for that guy. So, 7-2. They only lost to the Rockets and Howie's Binghamton Devils. So, solid week for those guys coming in at number 4, the Phantoms.
Alrighty. Number 3, Sean, let's hear it. Who do we got?
Don't go chasing waterfalls. But anyway, that was a wild summer. Anyway, we have the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins as our number 3 team. They're led by Hilly, or Hillhouse. I call him Millhouse still. And we have everybody's favorite whipping boy, Gabella. That reminds me of that store, that hunting store, I think. But anyway. Cabela's? I don't know. Cabela's? Yes. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't care. Anyway,
okay.
They did go, I believe, 7-1-1 on the week. So a nice 15-point week by the team. They did beat Charlotte, Utica, Hershey, Belleville, Rochester, Bridgeport, and Syracuse. And their overtime loss came to Providence, but they did lose to Springfield, which I think was one of Springfield's 2 wins of the week. But other than that, 7-1-1. one of the top teams in the league. Hopefully they can keep it up.
Okay, at number 2, we've got the Manitoba Meese, as we've been calling all show. Good squad. This is me being truthful, and this is what the show's all about, being honest. When I looked at this team and I saw fourth line, based on my past experience with fourth line, I always felt he was not so good of a player. But I saw last season how well he did, and I thought, I'll keep an open mind. We'll see how he does. And got to give it to him. He put together a solid squad of, good players at every position, from goalie to defense to forward, and they're doing well because of it. They're 7-2. And I'm going to be honest, and I'm sure fourth line is now going to hate me for this, but at the end of last season, Brody asked for all of our opinions on guys that applied for ownership, and I may not have given the support that fourth line would have liked. However, fourth line, keep up the good work, buddy, this year, and I think you're definitely worthy of an ownership spot. You put together yourself a great squad this season, and you can tell the results are already showing with a 7-2 record this week. Only losses coming to Rockford 3-2 and Stockton 4-3. You picked up big wins over 4-3 over San Antonio, 4-1 over Tucson, 3-2 over those Cleveland Monsters, 5-1 over Chicago, 4-3 over Bakersfield, 4-1 over Milwaukee, and a shutout on the last game of the week at Wednesday at 9:45, 2-0 against Colorado. So not only are they winning games, but they're winning games against a lot of those teams that were already mentioned in these power rankings. So good stuff this week, fourth with the squad, and keep it up. Looking to see Manitoba on to stay at this spot and keep it up on the rise. Fi, let's finish it out. Who do we got at number 1?
Number 1, wearing the crown for this week, we've got the Ontario Reign. Now, as for mentioned, these guys went 8-1, only losing to these Barracuda. Solid performances, 3-1 against Bakersfield. Shit on my Iowa Wild, 6-2 opening night. You've got 3-2 against Grand Rapids, Tucson 4-2, Rockford 3-1. They beat the Colorado Eagles 3-1. I mean, some pretty close games, but these guys are getting it done. And when you've got solid 3-0 contributors, pretty much going to be every week, Kookie, Eel, and Hands, and then you get performances like a 6-0 week for Slippery and Net. That's going to be a hard team to beat. Probably going to see them on the power rankings consistently.
Yeah, Ontario was the based on someone made another ranking and said that Ontario was the favorite, and sure enough, they made a good call. Ontario was playing really well, and it's clearly paying off for them early here. So that's it for the top 10 power rankings. Any kind of shout outs you guys want to give to any teams or any kind of side notes? We kind of rolled along through that.
Please give us third lines.
Thanks. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I was asking for, Sean.
We're not worthy of a rating. I was just biased when I was doing the rating, so sorry.
Great.
Don't let my price tag confuse you guys. Send me third lines, okay? I need it.
That I agree with. That I can agree with.
Wow, the rich just keep getting richer.
Yeah. Who would have thought the Republican Texan getting paid all that money?
Yeah.
I can go and buy some more cattle, boys. My sister's going to be real happy.
Jesus.
Man,
all
how many
right.
are you going to buy with that?
That's unreal. All right. We're going to wrap the show up here, guys. Thank you very much, as always, for joining us. And thank you to Dunks and Howie, whoever you guys are. Howie, sleeping soundly right now, I'm sure. It's fun. I love doing this, guys. It's great having you guys on board. It's good to have the boys back and have a good time and do the show. So thank you once again for being on the show, and thank you all for watching. We do this for you guys. We want you guys to have a good show to tune into each week and catch up on what happened in the AHL. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for joining me, guys, and everyone have a good week, and we'll see you all next time.